From the Ohio AgDat Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Joel Norwood with your farm news and markets here on Friday. Looks like snow heading our way. Let's check in with the ag weather forecast. Here's Ryan.
We've got clouds spreading over the Buckeye State today. Snow right behind. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at your forecast update. We're still on track, I think, to see at least a coating to 3 inches across Ohio. There might be a couple of bands of slightly higher totals than that, just due to the fact that it seems like this moisture is spreading over a bigger footprint of the eastern Corn Belt. Still coming down the same way, relatively gentle, but it's going to be steady for a while. Still done by early tomorrow morning. We take a break through the rest of the day tomorrow. See a little bit of cold air starting to come in this Sunday afternoon with a flurry or two, and then bombs away. The bottom falls out of our temperature next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, very cold. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Weather brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com and a full, more in-depth written out forecast online at ohioagdat.com. In news, we've been talking about it quite a bit in recent weeks, but the Corporate Transparency Act is rearing its head again, facing legal battles that could affect 34 million U.S. businesses, including 230,000 farms. That's the law that could require businesses to file beneficial ownership information with the Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN. Now, that was originally by January 1 here of this year. The goal, we're told, to curb crimes like money laundering. However, critics argue it oversteps federal authority. Several court rulings have gone back and forth regarding whether that's required or not. A nationwide injunction currently blocks the law's enforcement after a Fifth Circuit court reversal. The Biden administration has asked the Supreme Court to overturn the injunction, while now 25 Republican-led states are defending it, arguing the law grants federal overreach into corporate regulation traditionally handled by states. Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito has requested responses by today. Meanwhile, the law's penalties include fines and potential prison time for noncompliance, and businesses are warned to watch for scams linked to beneficial ownership filings. Elsewhere, the International Longshoremen's Association and the U.S. Maritime Alliance have announced an agreement on a new 6-year contract. The agreement heads off the possibility of a port strike on the East and Gulf Coast ports, something that was quite a headline grabber in 2024. The groups say they're pleased with the tentative agreement, subject to ratification, which averts a work stoppage on January 15th. They also said the agreement protects International Longshoremen's Association jobs and establishes a framework for implementing technologies that will create more jobs while modernizing the ports. Mike Steenhoek, Executive Director of the Soy Transportation Coalition, says they're pleased with the agreement. Farmers, don't forget that your deadline is approaching for disaster assistance applications. USDA's Farm Service Agency reminding producers, including dairy producers impacted by H5N1 in particular, that the deadline to apply for assistance through their ELAP program is January 30th, coming up quick. The Emergency Assistance for Livestock, Honeybees, and Farm-Raised Fish program funds are for losses due to specific adverse conditions that occurred in 2024. It provides relief to eligible producers to assist with losses that aren't covered by other FSA disaster programs. You can find more information at farmers.gov. Quick check on retail fertilizer trends. Prices were mixed in late December. According to DTN, anhydrous averaged $734 per ton, up $15 from the previous month, but still 7% lower than last year. Other fertilizers like potash, 1034O, UAN 28 and 32, saw modest price increases, while DAP, MAP, and urea saw just slight decreases. Compared to last year, most fertilizers remain cheaper. Potash down 13%, urea 9%, and 32 8%. Only DAP and 1034O are 2% more expensive year over year. And mark your calendars, folks. We'll be visiting with Holman Inc. as they open up the Fort Wayne Farm Show. That's next week, January 14th through the 16th. Holman Inc. will be in booth 207. Stop out and see them. And it is meeting season. Don't miss your chance to attend a Seed Consultants Winter Agronomy meeting. Visit seedconsultants.com to learn more. Attended one yesterday, in fact, over in Perry County, a part of the state hit hard by the drought. Spoke with local district sales manager Luke Fox.
Relentless is the word for southeastern Ohio, and these guys are going to try it again next year and hope for better weather and more rain.
Let's turn the page to commodity markets. What's driving those today? Thanks to Brandt, helping growers take control for over 70 years. Here's Ryan.
I'm Ryan Metzger with Fleiss Mercantile, providing your weekly export data update. This morning, the USDA released their export sales data for week ending January 2nd, and this was yet another week of disappointing sales. But again, I want to note that these sales occurred over the New Year's holiday. New sales of corn came in well below estimates at 444.9 thousand metric tons. New sales of soybeans came in well below estimates at 288.7 thousand metric tons. And finally, new sales of wheat came just below estimates at 111.3 thousand metric tons. Please visit our website, licemercantile.com, to learn more about our grain marketing program and crop insurance services.
Thanks, Ryan. The current numbers from Chicago seeing March corn up 1 3/4 cents per bushel to 457.5. December new crop corn down 1/4 penny to 446 3/4. March soybeans pre-report 5 1/4 higher to 10.04 1/4. New crop beans up 2 1/4 to 10.16. July wheat sitting at 550 1/4, a loss of 4 3/4 today. Markets brought to you by Seed Consultants, simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. February live cattle numbers 78 cents up to 198.38. March feeder to cattle up $1.20 to 269.48. And February hogs down a nickel to 81.73, but April up by 23 cents. Milk starting to trend down today. I'm Joel Norwood. This is the Ohio AgDat.